What's up, guys? It is time for the Pissed Off Podcast. The world as we know it is at a boiling point. People are pissed off everywhere I go. Are you fed up with your neighbor having loud sex, disrupting your sleep at all hours, and not inviting you over for anything more than a cup of tea? Come on to the show and let her rip. You can hit us up on Instagram at Pissed Off Podcast. Maybe your boss is taking credit for your ideas at work and you want to say, funk that. Hit us up, Pissed Off Podcast on Instagram. Gas prices are higher than most people's credit scores. I know y'all got some shit to say about that. They're drilling holes in people's gas tanks in the United States. I don't know what that's all about, but I saw it on the internet, so you know that shit must be true. Let's take a look.
Micah, you're right. It is a new kind of gas thief. They take construction trucks, they modify them with huge plastic tanks in the back. Then they are able to access the gas pumps so that they just keep dispensing. They fill up the plastic tanks and sometimes get away with thousands of gallons. You're looking at gas thieves on the run. 3 white trucks at the pumps at this Chevron station in Long Beach. Watch the left of your screen. When police show up, the thieves scatter.
They're super organized.
The trucks are equipped with huge plastic tanks. They break the gas pump so it just keeps dispensing.
Looks like the construction truck, but in the middle is designed as the tank. That means everything is modified.
The thieves have hit at least 3 L.A. area gas stations. In Wilmington, they got away with more than 5,000 gallons, $30,000 worth of diesel.
Holy shit, $30,000 worth of diesel.
Get up now.
I'm impressed.
I want all of you to get up out of your chairs.
I'm fucking impressed.
I want you to get up right now.
I need to know these
guys. Go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
What's up, guys?
Right now.
I got Jonas Garvin joining me today. Jonas Garvin in the house, comedian extraordinaire. We're going to turn this lady off and get her to shut the funk up. Happy St. Patrick's Day. You guys got gas over there. Gas, diesel, $30,000.
$30,000. Yeah, you know, I was just wondering that the cop that they interviewed real quick, was that Tattoo from Fantasy Island? You know, the guy, they had a very really organized. I'm like, wow. Yeah, dude, it's crazy out here. Not only are they ripping off your catalytic converters, but now they're stealing the gas. They're siphoning it out of your tank and everything. And you know what really, like, I mean, it's straight up tweaker shit too. This is not like high level organized crime, I don't think. The catalytic converters anyway, it's total tweaker shit. But as far as the gas, say you got a 20-gallon tank of gas, right? And say it was $40 or whatever, say it was 4 times $80 to fill it up a couple weeks ago, right? But now it's $6 a gallon, so it's $120 a gallon. Today, a tank of gas a week, that's an extra $40 a week, $40 a week. And I get that. To some people, that's a lot of money, but motherfuckers are losing their minds. You know, when in the grand scheme of things, it's not like gas went from $5 a gallon to $300 a gallon. And these motherfuckers are out there stealing, criming, conniving. Like, it's crazy, man. It's nuts out here, bro. But
it's only the beginning. It's only the beginning.
Mad Max style, where you're gonna have to like sell your firstborn to get a tank of gas, and everybody's wearing spiked shoulder pads, and you know, the end is near. But what are you gonna do? It's St. Patrick's Day, so fuck, man, have a drink, fucking relax. It's, you know, cheaper to get a pint of Guinness.
I think what you're going to see, what you're about to see is something you've never seen before. Kind of like when you lock down the entire world with a pandemic. Some shit you've never seen before. You're going to see it again. Food shortages, I'm hearing all kinds of chaos. You've got a fertilizer shortage because Russia is your main exporter of fertilizer. Means your farmers can't grow shit. Means you're going to have a food shortage. Fuel comes from Russia. Put sanctions on them. Can't get any fuel. Truckers are going to be like in Canada. You can't get any trucks to the stores, to the farms. Shortages. Chaos is about to
I'm wondering how they grew food before fertilizer. You know, like how did they do that before? Like, didn't they just plant shit and it grew? Whatever happened to that?
They had low grade quality shit because the soil was actually, I was reading or not reading. I was listening to a podcast earlier today on my way home from Scotland. And this woman was saying that the quality of the nutrients in the stuff that they had, you know, like 60 years ago was way better than what we've got today. So.
Oh yeah, no, I mean the soil's been raped, but at the same time, like I don't know. I mean, yeah, there's people that care, but like half of fucking America could give a fuck about nutrients. Dude, we eat fucking McRibs, which are fucking delicious, by the way, and I'm bummed out they're only available for a limited time part of the year. But I mean, dude, look around. It's America. Motherfuckers are walking around jamming Jack in the Box tacos in their face. I don't think they give a shit about the nutrients in the soil. Like if they're like, oh, look, we can't get broccoli. Oh, darn. I guess I'll have to go to Jack in the Box and get more tacos. Americans aren't going to give a shit.
I don't think you're going to get anything. I think you're going to see people fighting in the streets over food. It's going to be like,
you'll see that now.
It's going to be like when the new PlayStation comes out and people are getting jumped in the parking lot at Best Buy for the
like a Black Friday at Walmart. He's going ape shit.
You're not going to be
for
able
a bag
to walk.
of Doritos.
You can't walk the parking lot free with your groceries without an armed escort from the Vons or the Gelsons or wherever you shop. It's gonna
We're
be
there
wild.
now, bro. We're there now with the crazy tweakers and the bums at the grocery store parking lots. I mean, we're there now. So you know, worst case scenario, we just start shooting the bums and eating them. I mean, it's, you know, why not?
They're a very low nutritional value. I don't think you'll be full.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I mean, if I can get gross for a minute, you know how the bums shit all over the sidewalk, like in Los Angeles and stuff like that?
No, I don't know, because I left it where the place where people shit all over the sidewalk.
But
Tell us all about it.
They eat garbage, so you think they would have like the nastiest, grossest diarrhea all over. But every time I'm walking around, dude, it's these big, giant, coil, healthy crabs. And I'm like, what kind of garbage are you eating to where you're getting these healthy bowel movements? Inquiring minds want to know. Yeah, it's like I see the trash they're eating too. Maybe there's something to that. Maybe they're the healthy ones. I don't know.
That sounds disgusting.
It is. That's why I said I'm going to get disgusting for a minute.
Well, you're paying a premium to live around people that are shitting all over the sidewalk. You guys need to do something about that out there. I don't know how you guys are tolerating that. I would be supremely pissed off if I were paying top dollar to live somewhere and people are living on my sidewalk for free and they're shitting in my unless they're shitting in my yard and they're fertilizing, you know,
now we're back to the fertilizing problem. Here we go. Now you're on to something here. We get all the bums together, and instead of getting fertilizer from Russia, we just send them to Iowa, and they can shit it all over the cornfields, and problem solved, dude. I'm glad we had this discussion today.
We are solution based here at the Pissed Off Podcast.
That's right.
I told you guys this last week. You come with your problems. We'll try to fix them. Normally, we make it worse in an attempt at doing so, but today we've got your problem solved. Is Gavin Newsom? Is that his name? Is he still the governor?
He is. And now they're talking, I didn't read too much about it, but due to the high gas tax, they're going to give every taxpayer, or high gas prices, they're going to give every taxpayer in California, it looks like a $400 rebate. Even people that don't own cars or whatever. Their gas tax is really high.
Where do we get my rebate?
I'm with it. Yeah. Give me my cash. I'll take it.
Where are they getting this money from?
Dude, they have a surplus. The taxes are so high here. That's what kind of blows my mind. Like, they have plenty of money. Same as like I told you last time with the feds. They've got money. They tell you they don't. But then all of a sudden your tax refund check never bounces. You go try cashing a fucking check with an overdrawn account. It doesn't work. They just, they got money. They got money. They're lying.
They're printing money. That's why you're about to have Armageddon back there. And it's just China's getting ready to take over. They're taking over. You're not going to get your fuel is not going to be sold in dollars anymore. That world reserve currency shit is over. It's over, you guys. Your president signed an executive order to create a digital currency which they can manipulate, which means they're going to, that's a whole nother story. We're not going to get into the conspiracy.
They can manipulate the money now.
Well, fucking, this is why people think they killed Muammar Gaddafi. He was like, hey, guess what? I got gold dinars over here. You want to trade oil in these gold coins? Why are we doing this world reserve currency in dollars? And then people were like, yeah, that's a good idea. They loved him in like Africa and so on. And then that's when people were like, hey, sell us your gold. We buy gold. You got any old gold at your house when you used to be Mr. T in the 80s and you're not anymore? Sell us your shit, because they were collecting that stuff. And now China's got tons of gold. And they're like, fuck this shit, motherfucker. We're going to sell the shit. Here's some gold. We want to trade with the Saudis. And they're going to be like, hey, all right, America's fucked. They don't have any money. We're going to trade.
Yeah, no, I mean, I look at it like this, dude. We're all fucked no matter what we do. So, like I said, have a fucking drink. I mean, you know, what are you going to do? Everybody comes out with these fucking things about, they're going to invade us, blah, 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 blah. Like, dude, it's like you don't have enough AR-15 ammo to take down the big shit if it goes down. So shut the fuck up, stay drunk, enjoy St. Patrick's Day, and, you know, people like the hillbillies, Armageddon's coming, I'm going to be ready. No, you won't. What are you going to do? You know, it's just, you're done. We're all fucking done. So just enjoy the ride.
You need this every time you go to the store. This is my tip for everybody around the world, no matter where you are. You need to buy extra non-perishables. You need to buy extra toothpaste. I'm reading somewhere where they're like, toothpaste is going to be $10 a tube. You need to buy extra toothpaste because you're going to use it anyway. Recession's coming, okay? So if you drink scotch, buy your scotch now. Go buy an extra bottle every time you go. The toothpaste, you got to brush your teeth. Buy extra. Stock up on it so it's going to be usable as like currency. People are going to be trading in toothpaste. I got a tube of toothpaste. You got vodka? You got Stoli? Come on with it. Telling you.
I got that bottle of wine you left me. That's still sitting here. I can use that for something. Maybe I'll get some toothpaste with it.
I've been gone 10 years. You got a bottle of wine that's been there for 10 years. You haven't opened it yet?
2 of them. We've been saving it for a special occasion when you come back.
That's how you know people don't give a fuck about your shit. 10 years, they're like, we ain't drinking that shit. And it's probably good wine because I don't buy no bullshit. At least I don't think I did. I hope not.
I think it is bullshit because, like, otherwise you wouldn't have left it here.
No, I wouldn't disrespect your house
Is good wine supposed to have a cartoon on it?
Yes, just like this guy. It's a good podcast. You got a fucking cartoon. I was reading earlier today. There's like this strange law that we've got here in the UK because it's St. Patrick's Day, and they were like, hey, there's some laws that you should be pissed off about, and we're going to tell you about it. So there's a strange rule here in the UK that just standing by your car when you're drunk could lead you to getting a fucking ticket. So it's an offense to be drunk in charge of a vehicle under the Road Traffic Act of 1988. And the fine is like 2,500 pounds, right? So that's about over $3,000 US dollars if you're found guilty. So you're not even allowed to stand by your shit. So even if you're waiting, like, and obviously that's you know, it's a bit of a weird law, but you could be standing there waiting on your Uber, and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing?" You're like, "Hey, I'm waiting on my Uber." What car is this?
That's like my car. Getting arrested for shoplifting before you leave the store, man. That's not fair. But you know, it's you know, we have the same bullshit here. I mean, if you are drunk and you climb into I used to do this all the time back in the day. But you're drunk, instead of driving, you just climb into the car and go to bed, right? You got the keys in your pocket, you crash out, and then when you wake up, you sober up, you drive home. Well, now if they tap on your window, wake you up, and you got the keys on you, they can get you a DUI. Car completely in park, stop, not running, keys in your pocket. They will give you a DUI for that bullshit.
That's awesome.
I mean, it's like, come on. I thought it was driving under the influence. I'm not driving anywhere. Yeah.
You're being drunk and disorderly, sir.
Yeah.
You're
any
in
reason
public.
to run you in. Is St. Paddy's Day a pretty popular holiday in the UK?
No, we don't celebrate that shit here.
Really?
I mean,
it's not tent parties full of drunk white girls and stupidity like it is here.
It is if you go to like the big cities, I guess. If you're in London, probably it's not like back home. I mean, if you're in Ireland, yeah, but Not so much. I mean, I see pictures online of people partying, but it's not as. So the thing is in England, my experience is that they love to drink here, love it, right? They drink way more than we drink back home, and they're out of control, like fighting, drunk girls falling all over the place and shit. They get out of control with their booze here. So it's a day that it's like, okay, we can legitimize going out and getting trashed, and it's Thursday night. Whereas back in the States, like you said, you got beer tents that are like, 2 blocks long, and it starts at 6 a.m. and the radio station's there, and it's just shit. And that's not like that here.
WRIP, it's Patty, stay bass, street beer, corned beef and cabbage, and the zoo crew. Yeah, no, here it's just it's so commercialized and stupid. I mean, it's fun. I don't really go to any of that bullshit anymore. I'm getting a little too old for the rock and roll, tent parties and everything. But we still like to go out to maybe quieter place and celebrate with a little Guinness, maybe about 15 shots of some good Irish whiskey or so, and a little Irish fare, which nothing wrong with that.
You're not fucking Irish. It's
yes, I am.
You to go drink.
I don't need an excuse to drink. How long you known me? No, but I am. I have my lineage traced when we were over there a few years ago.
Fucking everybody.
The dude at the strip mall gave me a certificate and everything.
I'm part Irish, apparently. So.
You look it. Well, so was Red from Shawshank Redemption.
I've even got my Caffrey's Irish Ale hat on today. I don't know why. I just randomly decided that this was the hat I was grabbing today. Ironically, it's St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
St. Patty's Day. Little information for you guys out there listening. A little ethnic slur that I heard on TV or somewhere yesterday.
Here we go.
They're talking about calling the paddy wagon. That's some serious racial shit. The paddy wagon is an ethnic slur for Irish people. So,
no, it's a paddy wagon's what they haul you into the drunk tank in.
Yeah,
the paddy wagon.
But that was created because it was Irish people were getting drunk, and way back in the day of the beginning of the United States.
You mean we're getting drunk? Because it's not racist if it's true.
So they were arresting Irish people, and of course they are called paddies, so they would call them, this is the paddy wagon. So that's why it's not cool to say. But the Irish people aren't sensitive like that. They don't seem to give a fuck. So you can say it until they say they're triggered and they're no longer accepting of that. I'm bored. I'm really bored with this world. Where is the metaverse? When's the metaverse getting here? Because the world is open again, and the world is still trash. Nothing's new. And people
the metaverse. Are we talking about that basketball player? Are we talking about the new Facebook company? Which Meta? Meta World Peace?
Facebook, dude. So things need help out here. I'm looking around and I'm thinking, can we put like a can of paint on things? Maybe some rouge. I don't know. I expected something else once lockdown was over. Now it's too expensive to go anywhere because gas prices are
right.
Kids are going to start shooting up schools again, and I think teachers are going to start shooting the kids. So welcome back. The world is open. I thought COVID was done. Apparently COVID's making a comeback. It's coming back.
Don't call it a comeback. Been here
COVID's
for years.
Back. Water cooler chats at the office with the mental case. Bob that works in accounting. The one that's always talking about QAnon and Pizzagate. All that shit's back now. People are doing all that. When is the metaverse getting here? Nothing else is working.
Yeah, no, I don't know, man. I will say it's nice to be able to go do shit again. And it is kind of weird, though, in LA because, like a lot of the stores, restaurants and all that stuff are still having everybody masked up. I still see like some people wearing them. I don't give a fuck. If you want to wear a mask, wear one. If it makes you feel good, cool. I'm not going to judge anybody, but I see it's kind of weird because I thought there was going to be the first time they did the no masks, like I think it was last year or whatever the hell it was. everybody was like, yeah, no mask, and everybody's just like going nuts. But now on the second wave, people are, it seems to me, like a little bit more cautious about it. Like I've seen most of the grocery store employees still masked up. I don't know if that's a company thing, or most of the one restaurant we went to said that they were wanting people to feel more comfortable coming back to the restaurant, so they kept them masked up. But I don't know, man. But it is, you know, I'm glad things are reopening. But yeah, the world still fucking sucks. Like, people are still being fucking idiots. You can't even say anything anymore without somebody politicizing it. Like, you know, I could put on fucking online or just be at the fucking bar. Hey, go Cubs. And some idiot's going to be like, fuck Joe Biden. Like, dude, I didn't say anything about fucking Joe. I said baseball, you know? Like, shut the fuck up. Everybody politicizes everything. Hey, man, is that a donut? No, it ain't a donut, you liberal fuck. Like what? Huh? What? Just, you know, it's the world we live in. Everybody wants to argue about everything.
People are pissed off, man. They can't handle it.
Well, everybody's pissed, and everybody thinks they're really – nobody takes an ass whooping anymore. Everybody's tough, bunch of keyboard warriors, you know, because everybody's been locked in for 2 fucking years. Let me show how tough I am typing out this rant.
That's why we need the metaverse, because people are so comfortable with that now. Once we have the metaverse, we can start like saying shit to each other's avatars in face to face, and it'll be a little bit more personal. Either that, or I get hooked on opiates. You know, these are my only options. This is it. Okay, it's 2022. Cool. Being a drunk is so fucking 90s. Being in a robe all day and like slippers, like the dude sat poolside smoking Benson and Hedges Ultralight Deluxe non-menthol 100s in a box is not a good look for 2022. So I can't afford to go to Mars with Elon and Pete Davidson. When is the metaverse getting here? Because I'm bored.
I don't know. Yeah, well, you know, maybe you should work on it. Maybe you should call Elon and see if he can't help things out. You know, get your avatar going, get your robotic waiters and whatever else fucking is on the horizon. But like I said,
we need new challenges in life. I want the second half of my life to be about something other than like fake businesses like NFTs. I can't start doing coke in my 50s. My heart can't take it.
Why not? This is the time to do it. You know, you've you know, it's going to strengthen it as you get older. Of course, these days everything's cut with fucking fentanyl, so you don't want to fuck with it.
I think I'm just going to sublet my house and just go to the jungle and, I don't know, just get jungle fever or something. I'm looking for new experiences. I'm too old for porn. Porn isn't what it was in the 80s and 90s anyway.
I don't think you are. There's a niche for that. Somebody's going to want
some. A woman online plays with toys for a fucking living and makes millions. Little kids are watching this and they love it. Some teens make millions playing Minecraft, and I was told I was wasting my time playing video games as a kid. There's no future in that.
Oh, yeah.
Here. There's no future.
I saw something. They have a thing where they play video games and people pay to watch them. Like, they show up at like a Super Bowl type thing. Yes. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
$16 billion a year. Video game industry.
Long way from Pac-Man, dude.
It's a fully digital world. I can't do anything out in the real world. Where's the metaverse? I want to live in a giant fish tank that has like a sofa in the middle of it, and I just watch fantail goldfish swim around and eat flake food and shit. That's what I want to do.
You can get those underwater hotel rooms. Check into one. You might not like it. Get one for the night. You might, man, this fucking sucks. I'm underwater. The ceiling glass breaks. I'm fucked.
It's like the Shed Aquarium in Chicago, where the lady jumps into the giant fucking tank and feeds the fish. That's what I want. I want a sofa right in the middle and a tank.
There you go. You have to relocate.
That's why people are wound up, man. Look at this guy that I found today. I found this guy. Let me find this video for you. This guy is fucking pissed.
Let's see.
Here we are in Exhale Vapor City in Tucker, Georgia, and I've just been asked to leave the store. He greeted me. That was nice. I did find the item that I wanted, and the next thing he said was that he'd like me to leave.
If you do not stop recording in my store, I'm going to call the police and ask you to leave now.
Please call the... That would be awesome.
So if you look, and I didn't notice this when I first saw it because his hat is black, it says "Make America Great Again" on it. So
yeah,
and he's got a Trump T-shirt on, so he's already like letting you know he's totally signaling what's happening as soon as he walks.
Strike 1 and 2.
That'd be awesome. We can call Fox 5 and all sorts of stuff. I'd like to purchase something here. Please do call your boss because I will be calling corporate.
Go for it.
I am looking forward to releasing this video.
So this guy is already on an agenda. He's like, I'm gonna go out. I got all my Trump shit on. I'm gonna start some shit. What kind of shit can I start?
Because I just want to purchase something.
Off, dude. Off. Get the off in here.
Yeah.
Hey, you can't stand your racist mother.
Racist.
Yeah.
Look at the black guy. He just stood there like, I just want pack of Marlboros. Can I get some Newports and some vape oil so I can get the fuck out of here? I don't know who this cracker is, but what's going on? But I ain't got nothing to do with this shit. And I'm on probation, so don't call the police.
Yeah.
Get my shit so I can go home.
I'm not
zigzags, motherfucker.
He's wearing some Trump. He's wearing some Trump bullshit. Got some racist bullshit all up in his head and shit. I'm not serving anyone that has to do with that.
I don't have a problem with you, sir.
So for me, this is a problem. And I'm gonna keep. It's almost over, but I'm gonna stop it there. In America, and I see this all the time. Now I know the guy is probably there with all his Trump regalia on, with the intent of riling up anybody that he comes across, and that's probably what happened. I don't know what he said before this video. We don't know, but the fact that this guy, maybe he said nothing, because the black guy doesn't seem too bothered. It's not like he said anything racist, but this guy's pissed that this guy's in his store. He's pissed that he's wearing this Trump shit. And immediately you have to start virtue signaling because, like, I don't accept this guy in my store. And you can refuse the right to serve anybody you want, I guess, if you got a sign up on your door so that you can point to the sign. But
whatsoever, I don't.
Well, I'm thinking he obviously went in there to start shit, and he started shit, and the guy told him to leave, and he didn't want to leave. He wanted to get that video for Fox 5 News. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's bullshit because both idiots do it. Both sides. The fact that we have sides is really stupid. But from what I know, dude, if you got a store, people are trying to make money. He probably didn't give a fuck what he was wearing, but the guy said something that triggered him, and then he started rolling the camera.
Yeah, we don't have that, so we can't really comment.
We don't.
So we can only go off of what we're watching.
Good healthcare for my kids.
And the thing is, too, he told him to fucking leave. Then get the fuck out. What's the problem? Like you ever been kicked out of a bar before?
That would be all right. All right, see, because here's where we're at.
Leave the store.
Here's where you're at.
Leave the store.
Leave the store.
Here's where we're at.
Leave the store. Oh, I don't give a. Get out, dude.
Yeah, the guy's telling you to leave. Then fucking leave.
This guy is the very reason why I have I don't have it up here. Why I have this logo. This guy with the blowing his top is because of this guy. I love this guy, but he's very high strong.
Yeah, no, he's a little. I mean, I don't see.
Contact me one more time. I'm going to make a deal with you. I want to purchase that vape juice. No. If you sell it to me, I won't. If you sell it to me, look. If you sell it to me, I won't call the police. What you did was assaulted me. What I need is that for my wife. If you sell it to me, I won't call the cops and press charges on you for assault. I won't call corporate and get you fired. Just sell me the product so I can leave.
What do you want?
Naked in the strawberry in a fucking 6 milligrams.
Where do you see naked?
Right here. Where is it?
Where?
This.
All right, that's enough of that. So,
Idiots.
I mean, once he's threatening there's probably no corporate. First of all, it's probably
corporate.
It's one guy. He owns like 3 of these stores, and he's like, what the fuck's going on in my store right now? Do I have to fucking get out of fucking the pool?
Yeah,
I'm drunk right now. I'm trying to hang out with my fucking girl, and now you're telling me I got to come in and it's my day off because you can't handle some asshole in the store. And the fact that the liberal guy, I'll call him that because he's obviously not supportive of Trump. He's on the other side of the aisle, is losing his shit Why is it so hard for you just to have an intelligent, calm, rational conversation with somebody that is seemingly not giving you a lot of pushback? I don't know why this guy's so pissed. Maybe he needs to get laid. Maybe.
Well, you can look at the guy behind the counter and tell he probably doesn't get laid a lot. You know, I mean, he does kind of resemble comic book guy from The Simpsons. But, you know, so I don't know how much pussy he's pulling these days. But, I mean, I like I'm telling you, I can tell you how this went down. Dude went in there to ruffle some feathers, and then he hit record. So he's just trying to get a tape. That's kind of the way I see it. But we don't know for sure. But anybody that works in those stores usually doesn't give two fucks about much of anything. You know, like, oh, dude's coming in, he's got to fuck. I mean, you could walk in there with a goddamn clan uniform on and be like, hey, man, I'm just here to buy some vape. Just cool, bro. The guy behind the counter is probably baked anyway. Like, he's really going to give a shit. So you really, really got to work hard to piss off one of these guys at the counter at the local convenience store. You know what I'm saying? But they do see a lot of shit. I don't know if you remember the 7-Eleven there on Sunset and La Brea, man. I've seen some good scrapes over there. So those guys go ape shit, but they don't take any shit either. And that's another thing too. Maybe they're just sick of taking shit. Like it's a short fuse these days with customers. You know, you cock off to the cashier the wrong way, and that's it. It's done. It's over. They're sick of taking shit.
They're gonna have to take shit. That's the problem. I mean, the thing that I'm seeing, you're in a society where things are about to get even more fragile than they already are. The fragility of the fabric of the culture is just so thin right now that you've got your gas prices. I remember when gas was going up to about $5. I think I was still living there and everybody was freaking out. I think I even bought another car just so I can have, because I was driving to Pasadena, you know, to go to work. So I was like, I need to get.
Yeah, I think it was like 08 or something like that. When
it might have been closer to like maybe 2010, but still, it was like, that's nothing compared to what we're about to see. And we're going into a war right now. You know, whether you think we are or not, it's definitely going to happen. And just think, like a couple weeks ago, we were never even under we were never even thinking that there could possibly be nuclear missiles being launched anywhere on the planet. And now that's like a serious consideration.
Yeah, well, I mean, the timing of it sucks, you know, just like coming out of a 2-year fucking pandemic with the COVID and everything. And it's like, okay, everybody's starting to breathe easy, no pun intended. And then all of a sudden, like, fuck it, let's do some World War III. And trust me, dude, if World War III breaks out, nobody's gonna give a fuck what the price of gas is, because it's like, you're not gonna be driving anywhere. I can tell you that. We'll pretty much be vaporized.
Yeah, no one's going to be driving. I don't think it's going to be the concern that they're going to really be faced with. But I think what you're going to see is people aren't going to be able to handle the fact that
the end is near.
Well, everything's going to be controlled. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the fact that you're being entered into a war right after COVID, there's all these triggers or all these markers that are in place right now for the government to do shit that they're doing. Like, just think about like how we don't pay attention to shit when there's other shit kicking off. So how many people do you think you would come across? Remember the show Jaywalking, or the segment Jaywalking on Jay Leno? And there was a show called Street Smarts with some guy named Frank Nicotero way back in the day. And they would just talk to people on the Hollywood streets and ask them basic fucking questions, and they would not know the answers, and the contestants would have.
I'm familiar. Yeah, I remember, but like, yeah, people are so fucking dumb. Like, you know,
yeah. So they don't.
What state do you live in? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, they don't know. You know, they don't know. So the fact that they launched, the Pentagon came out and said, yeah, there's fucking UFOs, and people didn't even know. And why? Because COVID. Everybody's watching COVID. They're looking over here, when in fact, you know, the Pentagon is like, oh, this is a perfect time for us to come out and say, there's fucking UFOs, and nobody even knew about it. So same shit now. COVID's, well, we thought it was done. Hong Kong and everybody else is fucking reporting all these cases again. But now there's this war, And now you had Joe Biden in his executive order creating cryptocurrency. I read somewhere where like something like 60% of US dollars in circulation on the planet have been printed in the last like 2 years or something like that, maybe 4.
Probably.
That's a lot of money.
Just fucking print some more then. Fucking, there's a lot of places that still take cash. I can go buy some toothpaste and a couple gallons of whiskey, and then we can talk.
You're fucked. That's the reason why your inflation is just going to kill everything, because they're printing so much money. It's called, what is it, quantitative easing. I think they did it over here for a while, but they were just printing and printing and printing themselves into more and more debt. And you guys are going to, well, I say you guys, but it's obviously going to have global implications. And I think people are going to be even more pissed than they already are, man. I'm really worried. I'm worried.
Yeah, no, people are, well, they're going to lose their shit because people are fucking stupid, and they'll, you know, people go nuts and people go crazy, and be riots in the streets and Armageddon and, like I said, Mad Max and spiked shoulder pads and fucking eye patches and all sorts of fucked up shit. But like, there's really, well, if it comes, it comes. What are you going to fucking do, dude? Just pour yourself another fucking pint, because it's, you know, it's really, what can you do? You know?
I don't know. What are you pissed off about this week? Instead of me worrying about the metaverse that I'm not going to get.
Yeah, fucking, I don't know.
Well, so
fucking,
reading this book that you wrote, you've got some serious pissed off shit. So what's bothering you this week?
I think it pretty much covered all that. Fucking, you know.
Well, for the people out there listening that haven't had the luxury.
Well, it's not printed. It's not published yet. There's only a few people that have access to advanced copies because I need the feedback. So I got a wide demographic of people to look it over. But basically, it's just a collection of, you know, okay, just shit. And I'm sure a lot of people are pissed off about it, that everyday things, you know, the jack off in front of you in line at the grocery store that doesn't know the meaning of the word transaction. Like, there's a simple process to fucking cashing out when you're buying shit. I mean, it happens to everybody. We get frustrated. Or, you know, the idiots at the gym that fucking think they own the gym. I mean, I'm sure you're familiar with these idiots. Just normal that's what the book's all about. Just kind of normal everyday shit like that, where you're just like, why the fuck do these people act like they're the only motherfuckers on the planet? You know, it's, and if you're not getting pissed off about it, God bless you, because you're a better person than I am, because I'm ready to stab every motherfucker in the eye that I see. But but hopefully, you know, when Armageddon comes, and that'll be legit. You can just run around stabbing people, and so that actually, I'm hoping it's sooner than later, bro. Let's get it on.
There's no one in my gym under like age 60. Like the anyone between the age of like 30 and 60 doesn't exist in my gym. So I don't have that issue at my gym. Fortunately, it's mostly old folks and like students that are like 22 years old that go to the school. So what are you gonna do though? Because it'll eat you up. So we have to find a solution for you so that we can help you.
Yeah, basically, you just, I don't know. Well, whiskey helps, and exercise, and being able to rant on stage and rants in a book, an essay form, it really helps. I was actually back on stage again Saturday for the first time.
How did that still go?
It's fucking great, man. It's weird because I really would have thought, like I said, took that time to put out a comedy album and then put out or to finish this book, and I was like, actually kind of like, it was like starting stand-up all over again, because you're like, oh shit, I haven't done this in a while. But I'm, you know me, I prep a lot. So it was, at first I was like kind of nervous, and then it was like I didn't miss a beat, dude. Did not miss one beat. It went really well. Had a lot of fun. A couple of things, you know, a couple of hicks here and there, but that's to be expected. But yeah, it was a great little theater, a little Irish theater over here in Hollywood, and it was a lot of fun, man. And it was therapeutic. And I'll be back at it again at that same frantic pace that I used to be at it, which you have to in this business. You have to be on stage constantly, otherwise you start shooting people. You know, it's just it's the way it is.
How do you think it's going to affect like road work, like down the line with fuel prices being expensive as they are? Do you think that you're going to be doing as much road work, or is it just going to be you're working in LA? How's the comedy scene in LA with like Joe Rogan, like having left and taking all these comedians with him and opening his own club? What's been the sentiment and the energy surrounding that? Are people off or what?
No, well, here's what's happened in LA, and I've noticed it the past 10 years. I don't know if you've been to Ganja. You remember 10 years ago, there was so many rooms, not just the comedy clubs, but there was bars and restaurants and all these places. You could get up 3-4 nights or 3-4 times a night, 7 nights a week if you wanted to, right? And, maybe it wasn't a comedy club, but it was a restaurant that had a banquet room and they did comedy and there was all these places and a lot of them paid. And it was just, the possibilities were endless. But then all of a sudden, with the phones and stuff like that, people are just, I know people, I've never been to I love comedy, but I've never been there. They watched it on their phones. You started seeing less and less and less and less of these gigs. So now it's even harder to get up and get more stage time in LA than it used to be. Because the big clubs, Comedy Store, Improv, those have always been tough slots to get. But now, with all those other spots going away, they're even tougher. So, like, comedy's definitely changed in LA in the past 10 years, not for the better.
I think live comedy is a dying art. I think it's like the last bastion of free speech in the United States. And you've got this generation that's coming up behind you that didn't experience, SNL and seeing, the heyday of the store. And I don't think that they appreciate it to the same extent that the older generation does. So because you've got, like you said, people are on their phones and they consume their comedy different. And like, we've got like these memes, there's all this new form of comedy.
You don't need to watch. I mean, there's always been funny things you saw, but now you want to get your laughs. Guess what? Let me show you this TikTok video of this guy stabbing himself in the dick with an ice pick, and laugh. And yeah, so it's definitely we've talked about it, me and some other comedians, about comedy is kind of dying. I hate such a strong word, man, because it's always going to be there, but it's just like, where's it going to go? Is it going to be where you're recording live comedy on your phone in your dining room and you just put it out on TikTok now is rather than, and put in some laugh track, like we go 80s sitcom style with stand up? I don't know.
I think the long form comedy concept is no longer appreciated. And I think that's really what you're going to see, that you're going to need to have some sort of adjustment to, because if you want to have a more full audience, you're going to have to try and get these. I mean, I think back to like, what am I?
People's attention spans are way shorter now too.
Well, yeah, that's just the way that's by design. But I think back to, say I'm 50. I don't know who was a comic at 50 that I would be looking at in my 20s, though. So I think that's part of the problem as well. But does that mean that people our age aren't going out as much? Or because the same people that would have come to see you do comedy 10, 20 years ago still like comedy, and you're not reliant upon, it's like a band, it's like a musical group. The Rolling Stones aren't looking to bring in 20-year-olds to come to their show because they still have, 70 through 40-year-olds that'll come see their shit.
Well, I mean, there's a chapter, I don't know how far you've gotten in the book yet, and I don't want to give too much of it away. Otherwise, the 3 people that are going to buy it aren't. So that's
not the energy that you need to have for your new book.
Right. There's a huge disconnect in pop culture between like the real youngsters now and us. And I address that, the fact that like you and I and people older than us and older than them and all that, like we all know who George Carlin and Richard Pryor is and all that stuff like that. We can quote Caddyshack and things like that. I'm not saying not every decade was different, and they all got their own styles and fads and stuff like that. But like nowadays, you mention George Carlin to somebody under the age of 35, and they look at you like you're fucking stupid. You know, there's just certain things
been alive for like 20 years, so how would they know?
I understand that. But what I'm saying is like Jim Morrison haven't been alive for a long time either, but there's still people listening to the Doors.
Yeah,
so what I'm saying, not just older.
Music's
well,
not
but what
like
I'm saying is there's, you know, no, but what I'm saying is like there used to be a series of movies, albums, comedians, stuff like that, that you just kind of were always exposed to growing up in America, whether it be Animal House or Richard Pryor or, you know, whatever. But now that's just not the case anymore. You know,
no, it's not, because the reason it's not the case is because there has been more production in the last 10 years than in the previous 50. Right?
Yeah, well, there's that.
We only had 10 fucking movies to look at. So when we got cable, you had 50 channels, and that was like the most amazing thing ever. And now people can get more than that just in an app. So and nobody watches TV anyway. So no one.
I watch the fuck out of it. But I mean, like, there's kids out there that haven't seen The Godfather, and it's like, what do you mean you haven't seen?
Why would they see The Godfather?
Well, that's everybody's seen it. So
no,
like, it's what I'm saying is there's a disconnect. Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I saw it once like 30, 40 years ago. I don't keep
watching it. Okay, what
Goodfellas?
about Goodfellas?
You're the one that's obsessed with gangsters and fucking... Like, I know someone that hadn't seen Goodfellas, and I was like, all right,
what about Caddyshack?
Sit down and watch that shit.
What about Rambo? First Blood?
Yeah, but that shit, again, there was no other option. You saw that because that was the only thing available. There was no other.
That, but what I'm saying is those things are distinctly American pop culture things that every generation used to know until we come up with the fucking millennials, and they're just like, what, you know, what do you mean Rambo? What's that? Yeah, I mean, and I'm saying that's part of the problem with getting people to come to live comedy, because they don't really see it as, you know, maybe a part of Americana anymore. So
they don't see it as part of their culture, is what it is. It's
too busy on Snapgram.
It's a part of your culture because you grew up with it, but they didn't because they grew up with something else. So you have to remember that we didn't have mobile phones until, you know, the mid 90s. And even then, the phones weren't doing anything until early 2000s. You couldn't watch videos and shit like that on your phone. So the phone was...
I miss the old brick phones.
The phones were just utilitarian. So now you can do all this shit on your phone. You don't need to go anywhere to see stuff, and you've got access to so much stuff, even if it's just information that we had to get like 36 volumes of the encyclopedia just to get, and they got all that shit, you know, in an app in their pocket. So they don't consume stuff, information, music, anything the same way. We used to have to put tapes in, and we'd make mixtapes, and they wouldn't know what the fuck that meant. They just hit shuffle on their Spotify. And that's why musicians have had to change the way they release music. Before, they put an album out, and then they'd go on tour, and then they make a bunch of money, and then they go chill out somewhere for a year and then write another album. Now they release a song, and then they'll release another song, and then they'll release a fucking another song. And they might put out a whole album. Then you've heard all of it, but they don't release a whole album like that anymore. People don't consume it. They don't release it. They don't distribute it like that anymore. And it's fucking up your shit. So you have to figure out what happens. How can you guys change it and make it better, or at least make it lucrative again? Do you just ignore that whole demographic, or do you just say, do comedy in the metaverse? Where's the metaverse? We need comedy clubs in the metaverse, so then they'll come and they'll watch you, and then they'll come in and they'll leave, and then they'll go over there and they'll skateboard, and then they'll come and watch the fucking Pissed Off podcast metaverse, and then they can just move around. I think that's how we're going to be doing shit.
I'll perform for a bunch of avatars. That's fine, because, you know, I mean, it can be no different than the crowds now. They're on their fucking phones. So what's the difference, you know?
We need the metaverse. Mark, hurry up. We need that. It's augmented reality. We need it. The metaverse is just one version of it. It's everybody's got a augmented reality. So that's what we need to look for. Is that your dog or is that your
Yeah, both. Yeah.
So we got to get out of here, but I did see something that I thought was interesting and I want to close out with before we go. They're purging Disney Plus. Disney Plus, and this goes back to what we were talking about what we grew up with versus what is being consumable and accepted now. They're using an AI to scan scripts for racial content. So, like, Gone with the Wind has a disclaimer at the start of it now.
It's 2 pages long.
So the world that we live in now, you can't even watch, like, Splash because they cover Daryl Hannah's ass up with, like, CGI hair on her butt because it's just not...
Blazing Saddles is dead as we know it.
No, you'll never see.
Of course, that's not a Disney movie.
No.
Yeah, it's you know, you don't want to offend anyone. God forbid, people. It's dude. It's just, I'm telling you, I was born way too late. Because wouldn't it be nice to be dead already? Like if we were like just rocking through like the 50s and 60s and 70s, man. Would have been so much better, man.
We're fucking shit for black people, so fuck that. I'm happy where I am.
I'm talking about you. I'm talking about me.
Stop being such a selfish cunt. I mean, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Come on, man. It's been great.
I saw something that was fucking this guru was talking about yesterday on a podcast when I was on my way up to Scotland, and it was brilliant. And I'll close the pod with this. And I'm paraphrasing because this guy is like he's a freaking yogi, so I can't really say what he said, how he said it. But basically what he was saying was to Joe Rogan is, if I say something to you that's offensive and you get offended, he's like, that's up to you to be offended. I'm not offending you with my words. You're deciding to be offended by what I'm saying to you. So if I'm using the same words, but I say them in a language that you don't understand, why are you not offended? Will you be offended? You can't possibly be offended. So it's your decision to be offended by the words that are coming out of my mouth.
Yeah.
If I use a different
I cover
language,
that in the book too.
They don't mean anything to you. So people need to relax. Take a step. Take a beat. Let's take a beat.
Have a drink. Get ready for Armageddon. Relax.
St. Patrick's Day. Go out there and party. You guys will be partying all weekend. I'm sure there'll be Kiss Me, I'm Irish green buttons and hats all weekend.
Yeah.
We don't.
And we'll milk it. We'll milk it till late Sunday evening. Maybe Bobby into Monday morning because there's no football or baseball. So I think there's some basketball or something. So yeah, people are going to be. It's the 4-day tent party sponsored by K-Rock on the Strip. So
that's what's up. There's a new football league though, isn't there? A new football league? They've brought back the USFL. I thought.
Yeah, I haven't looked into it too much. Well, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing what it has to offer. I'd like to see it, but it's not like I'm chomping at the bit, drooling for some USFL. But hey, it could be cool. I kind of miss the old Arena League. I thought that was kind of fun to watch. That was fun to go to.
Do they not play Arena League anymore?
Not that I'm aware of. They might, but not in LA. I remember I used to go to it in Charlotte growing up there, but it was cool.
Oh my God!
Had it in Arizona too.
A month away. It's 30 days, 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 40 seconds away. You guys.
Well, have to look into it because it might be cool.
Don't hold your breath. They don't have the Detroit team. Oh yeah, they do. There it is. Is that? I can't see it. Yeah, they brought back the Michigan Panthers. Nice, because I know we had a team in Michigan. I knew a couple of the guys that played for the Michigan Panthers. I think even Anthony Carter played for the Michigan Panthers. Anthony Carter was a big-time U of M, I think it was a cornerback maybe. And, yeah, he used to live next door to me. It was really cool. I actually saved him from his car getting trashed. we're little kids, and he lives next door. He had no curtains up in his house. He had his whole house was covered with like newspaper over his windows. It was the weirdest shit I'd ever seen. But he had this Mercedes, and it was parked out in front of his house, and the driveway was a little bit at an angle. And we're outside, and his car is starting to roll backwards. It's rolling backwards. I don't know. Maybe he didn't put it in park or whatever. So I'm knocking on his door, and I'm like, "You fucking car, dog." I was probably like 12. I don't know. He comes running out like O.J. Simpson with the Strohs running through the airport trying to catch the taxi. Because like 40 yards behind is a big white fence. And if that shit went to the fence, it was going through the fence and then down into the neighborhood behind us. So, but he saved his car. Thanks to me. AC, you're welcome.
Check you out.
I know, right? Good luck to the Michigan Panthers. I'm down with that. They can't be any worse than the Detroit Lions.
Right. No, they can't.
that's something exciting for you guys in Detroit to look forward to. You got any show dates? You got anything you want to promote before we get out of here? Lay it on us.
Yeah, just go to the website's going to be launching soon, jonasgarvin.com. And then you can get all my social media at Jonas Garvin, Instagram, Twitter, all that other good stuff. And stay in touch, and we will talk to you soon. Happy St. Pat's, yo.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. Check us out at Pissed Off Podcast on the Instagram. It's new. I'll start posting up there as soon as I get my finger out of my butt. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you guys when we catch you. Peace.
These ones or these ones?
Saw an episode of Intervention. And I know I'm fine.
Illinois, Mr. Robert Bobby McNeely. He is going to join us tonight.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. My name is Elaine Zhang, and today I am here with Eli Seal, documentary filmmaker.
I need more. Welcome to The Only Way is Linda. Today I have a really special guest here.